Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender Show. Wow, what a weekend we have of football. It's coming towards the end of the Premier League season. As we know, just 3 games left. Everton drew last night with Luton 1-1. Lucky to hold on, to be honest. And anyone from outside, but we're rooting for Luton a little bit there, but it wasn't to be. Everton didn't perform. And the rumours that was coming out of the Sky pundits, Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher, it shocked me when they're talking about bringing up administration things towards the club, which has got to be worrying for Everton Football Club after all they've been through. Sean Dyche was saying there's a long way to go. Well, when you hear words like that, that's frightening for the Everton fans. I don't think I think the majority of them didn't expect what was going on because they're looking into the new owners. And I don't think the Premier League, as they say, after 8 months, they don't think that the Premier League liked them. But how are they going to get the funding for the 20 odd million or whatever they're putting in each month towards wages and towards the new ground? So it is a worrying thing. You know, they just fought off relegation, now they've got to fight off this one. So good luck. Let's just hope. You wouldn't want that as a fan, thinking about that now. You think everything's just all calmed down, you're safe, and you're in the Premier League again, and well, will new owners come in to save Everton? That's the way it sounded to me. So let's see what happens in the near future. And the appeal on Nottingham Forest, Luton are waiting on that one. I think it's unfair. It's probably stressful for the teams that down below. Everton were deducted points. We're waiting on the likes of Forest, what's happening with them on the appeal, and also will they get points back or just stay as it is? It's getting confusing for the Premier League, I must admit, because it must be, wow, what are we going to do? Because we have to follow suit. Everton was deducted. It's unfair on Everton, no one else. Oh yeah, Forest have been deducted, but at the end of the day, will they keep them? Will they get them back? Let's see what happens on the appeal. And also now you're looking at the likes of, which we've all been talking about, Manchester City, looking at Chelsea, you're looking at these 113, 115 charges, whatever it may be. And it just seems to be petering out a little bit because they're waiting for the government change, because the government are getting involved, and because Manchester City are a massive club. And I'd be saying the same thing to myself, you know, if Liverpool had done it, you know, with all these 113 charges hanging over their heads, I'm not the one who's turning around saying, yeah, they'll lose the title, let's play it, whatever happens in this season, we can't do a thing about it. I don't think the majority of the Liverpool fans are interested in being given a trophy. It's not, you know, you've got to fight for it, and I think the players would think the same. But what is happening, you know, you've got to look at Forest and Everton, you've got to look at the deduction, and you've got to look at what they're doing. Now, when it comes to next season, they'll go, right, it's all changed now, no one's getting any deductions, we're just going to give you a big fine and slap your wrist. I don't think that's right. That's my honest opinion. And I think the majority of fans will probably look at me, and even if you're a Man City fan, you've got to stand up and you've got to be counted, unless they've got the proof, Manchester City, that nothing has happened. But 113 charges doesn't seem right to me. There's got to be something in there which is wrong about whatever they've done. So let's just see what happens. Let's see how that peters out, and let's just hope we can all get on and watch some Premier League football without all these deductions, these fines, and teams can just go on and on and on, and we can all enjoy it without all the stress. And you know, Luton have got loads of stress there. You've got to take that away from the game because it's stressful enough fighting relegation, to be honest, isn't it? So anyway, there we go. Grassroots football, absolutely fantastic day today. After all that gabbing now, little cup of tea, excuse me. I love it. Yes, and I'll give you some news about our Club DXTL under 8s. What we received yesterday was absolutely phenomenal, and we can't. Well, I'll go into conversation about that. First of all, we'll go into our. We were out and about at the North Liverpool JFL today. Cup games were going on there, and we did think that we wouldn't have enough players. And we look, yeah, it's league rules, but we look at. We had kids coming one away and kids coming down with sickness, and we were unable, or we thought we were on Thursday evening, unable to field a team to play in this cup game. And unfair on the kids, because it was either forfeit the game if you can't do it, or if you can just play with 4 players, which we were trying to do, get 4 players, we wanted to try and put a team out, and thankfully we ended up with 5 players to play the cup match. You know, we wouldn't have got a postponement unless the league rules apparently, and they won't bend over to turn around and say, sorry. Some leagues will, the league that we're in wouldn't, so we just had to go on and play, and thankfully, as I say, we had 5 players turned up, and it was tiring for them because there was no substitutions. They carried on, and it was a cracking game. And I can just say a massive mention to the team. Club DXTL Lions under 7s, they fought, even with the goalkeeper who got his asthma back as well, fought on in sickness, and he played, because we would have probably forfeited the game if we had to play with 4. We couldn't have done it because the goalie would have had to go in then, but thankfully our goalkeeper turned up. And for Zachary Rangers, brilliant, great performance, and they were fighting back all the time. You could see it because our lads were getting tired in the game and more players were coming on their side. So yeah, what more could we say? We went on to win, and our striker Leighton Hooper, who went on to score 9 goals, brilliant performance today, welcome back, and he helped the team. It was great to see the team all together as one. Now they've gone to the cup semi-final, so we're looking to hopefully have a full squad of 7 players. We really haven't changed the team all season. We've carried on with the same team, and we've improved them week after week, and yeah, they are improving. So well done to Club DXTL Lions under 7s, and a massive well done to our DXTL under 8, Club DXTL under 8, who play in the Merseyside Youth Football League. They were awarded the team of the season, showing respect on and off the field of play. The kids with attitude, great attitude. It's what Don't Cross the Line is all about. It's what I formed the club for, to try and keep respect within the game, on and off the field of play. That's what we say. Now, unfortunately, what I've witnessed is the under 8s are a really strong team, and you see the jealousy, which is unreal, going round grassroots football. Now, with the poster that's went out from the league themselves, and we can't thank the league themselves for choosing the team. They've monitored them all season, and it tells me, it makes me feel good. Don't get me wrong, at the start of the season we had problems with parents, but the committee ironed them out. Me, Carl sat together, and we even included the FA. We had problems, we were talking away, and we got them sorted. The committee took a stance, and we started building the team as we go. And we have removed some parents, believe me, and we have sat parents down, and this is the way we work with Don't Cross the Line. Now, the rumours are that this team has bad parents. They're rumours. Come and look at the team yourself. The league watched them all season, and the referees have never complained. There's no complaints to this team, Club DXTL, all our under 7s from a referee. And I can honestly hold my hand up and say in 2 years, no referee has put a report in, brought any sort of fine towards it. No league has, and warned them off about the behaviour on the sidelines. So that is proof enough. We don't need to go out and prove ourselves that we are Club DXTL. People like to make a meal out of things, and because we are who we are, and because the team are a winning team under 8, picking up your trophies left, right and centre, winning games, they found it hard in the new league that they're in, believe me, and they played the game. They played the game in sportsmanship, and the kids are growing up understanding what we're all about and understanding how the game works, and the parents have been immaculate. And I must admit, I've got to hold my hand up, and it's okay when the parents start misbehaving and you get them and you warn them, but when they're doing great and they're supporting the team the way they should be supported, you've got to hold your hand up, take your hat off to them, and give them credit where it's due, and the respect that they are giving out as well towards the referees and each other. So we accept that award. We're honoured to have that award, and we do thank you honestly from the bottom of our heart, because it proved to us that Don't Cross the Line is working with clubs, and clubs are taking up the respect. Clubs are putting this on their kit in support of the referees. So we are doing a good thing. We are trying to do a good thing, and our teams wear this all around. And if they start arguing with any sort of referee, we will be right at them, even the kids, and we stop it there and then. We've got 2 teams, under 8s, under 7s. Now our under-7s have gone to the Cup semi-finals. They've already won a Europa League Cup, which we are over the moon ecstatic about. We've only been together for 2 years, but we are stepping down, I'm stepping down, and we are going into partnership with Jennings Football Academy, and you've heard it here first. Because, to be honest, I do think, you know, and I can take a back seat, Sophie is going to carry on running the team in the North Liverpool JFL, and we're going under the banner of Jennings Football Academy with DXTL, and we're going to go, you know, a little bit Italian, which we'll explain about that later on in the season. But yes, it's the way to go, and I've seen, and we're going into partnership. The reason being that I can take more time watching and going to visit more leagues, visit more teams, especially the new Kirby League as well. Absolutely brilliant, gone into partnership with them. There's a lot that we can do to help out these leagues, and we want to do the Respect campaign in bigger and better way. We've got the backing of the PFA, and we're looking into football's governing bodies to see what we can do. So we're going to get 1 or 2 leagues involved and give them the credit as well, where it's due, with the referees working together as one and making a difference within junior football, as we always do. Don't Cross the Line's been bringing people together since 2003, and I always believe you get on great with referees. They're there to enjoy the football, whether it's a cup, whether it's a friendly, whether it's a tournament, whether it's a summer league, whether it's a league. Just behave on the sidelines. That's all we ask all the parents to do, and managers and coaches can go out and talk to their parents like we do and calm things down. If you get the wind of a parent being overactive and someone comes to you and tells you, then you go and face that parent. Don't turn a blind eye. And if the kids have got bad attitudes, stop them, tell the parents, work together as one. We're a team together. It's not just the kids on the football pitch, it's the parents, it's the coaches, all working together as one. Bring them together, and there's nothing better than face-to-face meetings, believe me, because that works. That really does work. And, you know, this is what it's brought an award to myself, Col Fulton, who's chairman of our committee as well, myself secretary, Sophie the coaches, Michael the manager. This is what it's all about, and we work together and we talk together day in, day out. And Michael's my son, and he knows all about Don't Cross the Line, and he's stepping down as well, and a new manager is coming in to take over the reins, because we've both had enough of admin. The way the leagues are, the leagues are becoming too powerful. What we've got to remember is we're all volunteers. Managers and coaches are volunteers, bringing the kids together, taking them off the streets, talking to the parents. The amount of work is just unbelievable. Now I look onto the whole game system, and as soon as I finish my game today, people will say, oh yeah, it's only a 2-minute job. It's a 2-minute job out of my time. I've got other things to do, but I've got to sit after running the team, getting the team together, talking together, subs if you can. You know what goes in. Every coach and manager knows what to go in a football team. Now we've got a league committee, there's about 8 to 10 people who are involved in committees. They all work together, and the teams have got to abide by what those committees say in the league rules. Yes, that's fantastic, but there's many doing the jobs, so they've all got separate jobs to do. But you've got a coach, you've got a manager who does every single job, but that's not recognised. They're volunteers, they don't get paid, and I believe that they do the work for the leagues and for your governing bodies, your county FAs. It's the volunteers who bring in the money to these organisations week in, week out, because they're putting teams together. Now if a referee sends a booking in, the team gets fined. That comes from the manager's team, that goes in to your local county FAs. So without these teams, there is no game. There is no you wouldn't need a referee if you didn't have a game. Now we all know what grassroots football is all about, and I know what grassroots football is all about. And I've seen it. I've been in it over 40 odd years, and it used to be great with the cards, the old school, pass your card in, away you go. Yes, the safeguards and the DBSs, they're needed. Excuse me, totally agree with all that. Totally agree with it. But I don't agree with all the costs of all the courses and the amount of money that teams have got to pay, the amount of money that teams have got to pay for training what it goes in, insurance, you name it, there's a lot of money, and especially the courses that they have to go on, the amount of money that they have to pay to go on these courses is just ridiculous. And to me, volunteers, they don't get paid. I'm not saying pay them, but then again, the referees we support, they get paid. They get paid. It's not a business, they get paid. But your coaches, your managers, the majority of them don't have income. We do know there's paid coaches out there as well, but they're only a few and far between. The majority of managers and coaches that I see are volunteers, and they do it all to make sure that the kids have got somewhere to play. And the parents can thank them a million times, but it makes no difference. They're still volunteers. And what they'll try and do is get money into the club to get them kits, get sponsors in, chasing them around. It's a thankless job, to be honest. And if I was running the league, I would look at coaches and managers more favourably. If they obviously kicked off towards a referee or on a sideline, then I would take action. But I'd look at it in a different perspective. I'm working with the Kirby Junior League, which I'm going to be very, very close with, listening to them, and I'm going to sit there and we're going to come up with ideas that you wouldn't believe, and I'm going to work very, very closely, and this is going to be probably one of the best leagues on Merseyside, believe me. It is, it really is coming together, and clubs who are involved in it are absolutely brilliant. We all know incidents can happen within leagues, within teams, but people sometimes get the burden of it, and this is why I go back to our DXTL under 8s. The jealousy is just unbelievable with teams within grassroots football. There's teams who will try and steer things because they don't like losing. When a team's better, you've got to hold your hands up and go, wow, I must admit, what a great game, what a great bunch of kids. And I was laughing and joking with the away team today, and one kid come up to me and said, I scored a hat-trick, and I was amazed up with him. Great, what more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? Great to hear the excitement on the kids. And they lost the game, but he was all excited. That is the way we want to run football. That is the way we want to see football run. We want oppositions to be brought together. We want managers and coaches to talk to parents and tell them it's about the kids enjoying the football game. Regardless whether they win, lose or draw, go out there and support the kids. Don't start having a grudge against a team that is a lot stronger. They're a different level. They're in the league. People will say they shouldn't be in that league. They're too strong. They're all academy players. And I assure you, one academy player DXTL under 8s had, and that player moved on. So they ended up with no academy players. Every club, every team has a visit to an academy because they want to look at your children. And if they think, well, good enough, I'm going to swoop on him, well, let's get them in for some training sessions. That's the difference. That is the difference. Doesn't mean that they are academy players because they go and visit and play against academies. That's where people get it all wrong. So we want to stand up for our DXTL under 8s and say they do deserve an award. The football has been unreal. Club DXTL is the way to be, but we are stepping down from kids football, from Don't Cross the Line. When I say that, running teams, I brought teams in to show respect, to show that it can be done. And for 2 years, we're honoured to turn around and say that the 2 teams that we brought in, 8s and 7s, have won trophies. The under 8s have won many, as you can see, and the under 7s have won their first trophy in their first season. Fingers crossed they can go on and win their second trophy in their first season. How uncanny would that be? That is what we're aiming for. And it's not about all winning. If we'd have gone through this season with winning nothing or under 7, that's great, because we've got these kids basically off the street. Our under 8s have played together for a while. That's the difference. That's how strong they are. The under 7s, we're not. You put them against our under 8s, when you can play a year up, honest to God, it'll be 100-0. But hey, we believe that our under 7s will develop playing stronger teams. And that's what's happened. That is what's happened, because when the levels were broke and came down from the top teams to our teams, we found our own level and we went on to win a cup by doing our own level. So that tells you that the kids will develop. And to me, as long as the kids are happy, we're happy. But I'm standing down due to admin, due to all the work, due to what I've seen in the leagues, which I'll tell you more as we go along over the weeks. And we'll work, if they want to, closely with leagues, and we get everything ironed out, because we want to make sure that managers and coaches are treated the same as everyone, with respect. The same as the referees, bring them together. But if they cross the line, obviously we take action. So let's bring everyone together, and we mean bring them together. And we've got things going on in the future that you'll hear about, and it'll open a lot of eyes in grassroots football. But we are still congratulating our under-8s for the trophy and the award that they're going to be picking up from the Merseyside Youth League. Congratulations to them. And congratulations to everyone who's been out and about today and shown loads of respect on and off the field of play. From myself, Mal Lee, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, Don't Cross the Line, Respect Programme, Hearts of Gold initiatives, and No Ref, No Game. We'll see you again tomorrow with more to say, no doubt, from grassroots football. Good night, God bless.